With the 61st pick in the 2021 draft, the Buffalo Bills select Carlos Basham Jr., Wake Forest University, defensive end.
Boogie Basham is on with us now. Boogie, thank you so much for taking the time to sit down and answer some of these fan-submitted questions. When I tell you that Bills Mafia is crazy in the best way possible, they submitted hundreds of questions to ask you late at night into the early hours of the morning, and so we pulled a bunch of these and are going to ask you a couple of them because people are really eager to get to know one of our newest Buffalo Bills. But to set it all up, I mean, you're in Buffalo right now. I wish we could be in person together, but hopefully down the road. I mean, what has today been like for you? Just detail the last 24 hours here.
Yeah, definitely. Last 24 hours, definitely getting picked last night. A very exciting moment with me and my family, and just a bunch of stress relief off of me. This morning coming to Buffalo, just coming and being excited. Seeing the stadium, seeing everything. This is a bunch of excitement. All these interviews, talking to fans on social media and everything. It was just, just a big thing for me. Excitement all over.
Yeah, you talk about talking to the fans on social media and on Twitter when you tweeted out that you were a part of Bills Mafia, part of the Buffalo Bills. What type of response did you get back on Twitter? I mean, were your follows going up like crazy last night?
Yeah, definitely going like crazy. Everybody's saying Bills Mafia, let's go Boogie, let's do this, that. It was a great feeling for me.
So what are the vibes so far here at One Bills Drive? What has it been like to have some conversations with Sean McDermott, Leslie Frazier, I would assume, and Eric Washington? What are some of your first thoughts on the coaching staff here in Buffalo?
There definitely some coaches that I can definitely benefit from, become a better player and also a better man. So ultimately, just the vibe from all of those guys, it's just a great feeling. I'm ready to get here and get started.
That's awesome. We are so excited for you to get here and get started, too, after seeing what you were able to do at Wake Forest. 20.5 sacks, the fourth most in school history, 173 total tackles, 4 forced fumbles. You played in 45 games. I mean, the body of work that you already have coming into the NFL is something to really be excited about. So what do you think your best trait is about your game?
For me, I definitely say not enclosing myself to playing just one position. So pretty much playing anyone on the defensive line, I feel like that's my best trait.
Yeah. When you look at the defensive linemen that we have brought into the Buffalo Bills, even going back to last year, A.J. Epinesa, Greg Rousseau, now you, versatility is something that sticks out amongst the three of you. And I know you said you knew A.J. Epinesa, so can you explain how that friendship started? You guys kind of kept up with each other last year, so please tell me the story behind that.
Yeah, we just followed each other on social media towards the end of the season last year. We both were just like, keep doing what you're doing, congrats. And then when he got drafted, it was more, I was like, hey, I'll meet you at the top, bro. And then like now we both on the same team. It's like, friendship is just gonna be even more better.
That's crazy. It's such a small world. I feel like no matter where you go, there's going to be at least one tie to the team that you get drafted to, just because you create so many friendships with people across college football or training in the same place or maybe playing against somebody in the same division. Speaking of playing against somebody in the same division, your cousin is a part of the New York Jets. What is it going to be like to play against him and to have a family member that you maybe get to go up against more than once a year?
Shit, for me, it's a dream come true, be able to go out there and see both Bashams on the field. That's going to be a great feeling. And then, also just a little reunion for me and him as well. I ain't seen him about a year. So just being able to go out there, see him, that'd be great for me and him. And
I love it. Too. I love it. All right, we're going to get into some of these fan questions. Nicole Genzel wants to know, what was going through your mind when you got the phone call from Coach McDermott and General Manager Brandon Beane?
I would definitely say going through my mind, my mind was just racing back and forth, just ready to see what they say. And then when they said they about to draft me, it was just excitement everywhere, tears and laughter and everything. It was just ultimately a great experience.
Have you gotten any text messages yet from any of your new teammates here on the Buffalo Bills?
Yeah, I got a text from Harrison Phillips, Tremaine Edmonds, and then also I got a text from Greg Rousseau yesterday. So it was, just all of us together. I'm just ready for it.
Yeah, soon enough, you guys are going to be all here at One Bills Drive for training camp. It's going to be an exciting lead up to the 2021 season. Daniel Genzel Jr. wants to know, what are you most looking forward to here in Buffalo?
Me, definitely just getting out there with the guys and just getting started. Not playing football for a while now. I haven't played since November. So just being able to go out there and get started, everybody, that's the thing I'm looking forward to most.
I love that. Peter Noel wants to know, how honoring was it for a team that just spent their first round pick on an edge rusher in Greg Rousseau to use their very next pick on you because they couldn't pass up your talent at that spot?
I feel like for me, that's just bringing in more weapons. Greg is a great player. I'm a great player. We both, compete against each other and ultimately make the team better and make each other better as well. So when they call his name and call mine, I was like, phew, like, let's get it going. Like, iron sharp as iron.
I totally agree, and I think the fan base thought the same thing as they called off your name, another edge rusher. Just thinking of what the future could look like on the defensive line in Buffalo, both of your strengths coming together, it's something to be really excited about. Brenda says, is there a certain player you like to pattern your game after in the NFL?
Yeah, Jason Pierre-Paul. I've been watching him ever since he's been at the Giants, and then when he went to Tampa Bay, I was just keeping up watching him my whole college career.
That's a good player to model your game after. JPP gets after it for sure. Joseph says, who was or is your biggest inspiration?
My big inspiration is my dad. Growing up, this is all the stories he used to tell me about how he grew up. Some people weren't there for him. Just seeing him being there for me every step of the way. That's my biggest inspiration. Him and my mom. That's why I do it. That's why I do it. That's why I play football, just for them to, just seeing them smile yesterday was a great thing for me.
Yeah, what did your dad have to say to you yesterday when you got that call from the Bills, knowing that you were going to get drafted?
So for me, it was basically he said he's proud of him. He's always said he's proud of him. Getting a degree, also going to college and graduating high school. So for more, it's like just adding on to me, him being more proud of him.
So I know you told this already to us who were on the Zoom call with you last night when you're speaking to media, but Carly Bennett wants to know, how did you get your name Boogie?
Yeah, my mom's childhood best friend used to babysit me when I was about 3 or 4 months. My mom would go to work, so she'd just watch me. She would hold me. I would be jumping up and down, dancing, and that's how Boogie just kind of just stuck ever since from then.
Do you still like to dance? Is this something that's still in your repertoire? Maybe when you get a good sack, you got a sack dance, or is it something in your youth and you keep it in your youth?
I say it's a little bit of both. Dance at certain times. Sometimes, don't really bring it up.
Okay, I like that. Paul wants to know, who would you like to sack first? The NFL is full of some good quarterbacks. We've got some good ones in the AFC East. And even in the AFC, is there anyone that you would like to get your hands on first in an NFL game?
For me, I definitely like Tom Brady, the GOAT. So definitely that would be a great first sack for me. But, whoever comes first, that's what I want to get.
I like it. That could come this year. Velvet Demore wants to know, who was your biggest motivating factor to make it into the NFL, and what advice do you have for when times are tough, which might be able to motivate kids who want to follow in your footsteps?
I would say my biggest factor, just come around from not too many people make it, so I wanted to beat the odds already. Just going through the process, people are like, yeah, you're not going to make it. You're from rural Virginia. Nobody comes out of here. So I definitely wanted to beat those odds. Just for the kids out there going through the same thing, just keep your head straight, and look at your role models. Sometimes they're great role models. They, just look up to them. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad, but it's always just find that good one and just follow their steps, and then bring along people along the way.
Do you feel like people are already looking up to you in your community, having a successful career at Wake Forest and now being a part of the NFL? Do you feel like you already give that to your community and it's only going to grow now that you're a part of the Buffalo Bills?
Yeah, I definitely feel to my community just because I have a big family. So, I have a lot of cousins all around Roanoke. So, just those little cousins going around talking to their friends and their friends, they're looking up to me. So, wherever I'm doing, I'm also always keeping my head right because I know the youngers always looking up to me.
All right, you said you have a big family. So let's just imagine we're at a Buffalo Bills game. Yeah. What does the Boogie Basham fan club look like at a home game? Who's
Uh,
yelling? Who's going to be there? What's it going to be like?
for me, I don't know who's gonna be there. I know my mom and dad will be there, and then it just depends who else comes. But my mom's always the loudest one. Basham jersey on always. My dad Basham jersey on. The family Basham is Basham everywhere, and everybody's loud. That's just how we come. That's how we roll. That's how we always have been.
All right, we're gonna be looking out for your family then. Come our first home game. Fred Dutka wants to know, what do you do to get your game face on? How do you prepare to get angry on the field? So, what's your pregame routine like? Is it different than your normal athlete, or do you kind of just get your music on, get in the zone? What is that like for you every game?
For me, some people like listen to music that gets them pumped. I like listening to like R&B music, calm me down. I like to lay in the middle of the field for a little bit, just breathe, soak it all in. And once that's up, and then it's more like just me going through my daily routine on the field. Drills, footwork drills, and everything like that.
Do you have any superstitions, game day superstitions, things that you have to do, things that have to be the same exact way every single Saturday, but now Sunday?
Yeah, definitely. Game socks, always inside out.
Inside out game socks. Okay. And you're also you're not the only player on this squad, on this roster, that likes to kind of chill out before a game, instead get super amped up. Josh Allen likes to listen to some Elvis Presley, so that gets him in the good vibes. So you're in good company with people who kind of just like to chill out rather than get crazy right before a game. Dominic Retberg wants to know, if you were not playing football, what would you have wanted to do in your life?
While I'm playing football, I'll be a construction worker. I like doing things with my hands. I don't really like being stuck behind the desk or in a cubicle. So, just going out there doing construction work, just being able to do things with my hands and being outside too.
Okay, doing things with your hands. I've read that you love cars and you love getting your hands on cars, fixing them up. Tell me about that. Why are you a car fanatic? And if you have the ability to fix up a car, is it your own? Do you like helping out your friends?
Just fixing a car. I like doing my own stuff. I don't really like coming to a car. I feel like I just want to do it myself. So if it messes up, I know I can blame myself. And just how it came, it's more like you just riding around. You be like, oh, that's a nice car. Growing up, you like, oh, I want that car. I want that car. And you get older, you like, I can get that car now. So then I want you to do the special things and make it like your car. So for me, I got a black Challenger. I put a lime green stripe on the side because that's what I wanted to do. It's just something that I like. Pretty much any car I've had, it's something significant about us. People know that's coming. Like, yeah, that's Bill coming.
So are we gonna see you pulling up to One Bills Drive this season in a fresh new whip?
I don't know. That's still to be determined right now.
All right, well, one of your buds on your defensive line, your new defensive line, Mario Addison, he is a car fanatic. Dude has like 10 to 15 cars, and some of them are super old and super souped up. Very into NASCAR as well, so you guys are going to get along just perfectly because he can talk about cars literally all day long. So I'm excited for you to meet in person. But Ryan Hintz wants to know, describe your playing style in one word.
For me, my playing style in one word, I would definitely say physical.
Why would you say physical? Yeah.
I like getting my hands on them before they get their hands on me. And at that point of attack, I don't want to be dominated, so I feel like I need to be the more dominant one always. So that's just how I always go in and play.
I like that word. When we were looking at your tape, that was one thing that stood out was your strong hands and your physicality getting to the football. Keith Marquise says, what is your max bench? So last night when we were talking to Spencer Brown, the 3rd round pick to the Buffalo Bills, one of our newest offensive tackles, who's 6'8", the kid is a tree, he said he could bench 500 and squat 600. So what is your bench max?
My bench max is only 420, in weight. But,
I thought you were going to say 520. Come on, you got to up Spencer.
Nah, I ain't mentioned no 520. That's just too much right there.
Hey, what you mentioned is pretty good. So I think you're in a good spot. Nicholas Cicini wants to know, what is your favorite TV show?
My favorite TV show is Law and Order SVU.
Ooh, has that been a favorite? I mean, that show's been around for so long. So has that been a show that you've been watching for a while?
Yeah, I've been watching for a while, and then when quarantine hit, I watched it from episode 1 all the way up to the newest season.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh. You were an SVU guru then, probably, right?
yeah, definitely. I had to find something to do. So then the first episode came on, and it just kind of kept going and going and going.
All right. Well, speaking of things to do over quarantine or just for fun, what are some of your hobbies? How do you like to spend your time when you have some free time?
Me mainly, especially playing video games, working on my car. That's pretty much all I do.
I hear you're also kind of a shoe guy. We've got a bunch of shoe guys on this team, whether they're walking through the halls or whether they're on the practice field. Some guys have some really nice shoes. So, what's your favorite pair of shoes that you own?
My favorite pair of shoes that I own. I don't know about ones that I own, but I know that I want to get to cool gray Jordan 11s, OG ones.
11s have to be my favorite. Those OG 11s look so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so many guys, offensive linemen, some are defensive linemen, have some pretty fresh kicks. So you'll fit in well there too. Joseph Sampson, he says, do you think you can dominate in Buffalo cold weather?
Like for me, this will be an adjustment. And down in Roanoke we get cold weather, but being up here, I know it's not that cold. Well, I know it's not gonna be as bad. So I mean, like for me, it's just going out there, just doing what I do. Especially on the field, not wearing sleeves. I feel like this is something I need to adapt to.
I don't know how you guys do that when you go out in warm-ups and it is in January or December and here comes the defensive line or the offensive line without sleeves warming up. I think it's the coolest look, but I could never do that. I also am not a defensive lineman, so that makes sense. Another
Yeah.
cold-related question, though. Sheila Wilson, she asks, have you ever played in snow?
Yeah, my sophomore year of high school state championship, we played in snow. It was sleeting, it was raining. We pretty much had everything.
How'd you do in that game?
I did pretty good. My toes was about frozen. It was so cold. I hit somebody. My visor had cracked. So it was brutal.
Oh my gosh. Well, we've got heated benches here and some heaters. So once it gets cold, we've got all of that for you. So hopefully that will keep you warm enough. But maybe you'll just be in the game so much that it won't even matter. We've also have some chicken wing related questions. I'm sure you've already gotten that on social media, but it's a very important thing that our fans need to know. Amy says, are you ready to try the best wings in the country?
Yeah, I'm definitely ready for it. I'm a wing person. I love wings. I'm definitely ready to try it.
Lily says, blue cheese or ranch? This is a very important question, Boogie.
For me, ranch. I can't do blue cheese. It's too chunky. Like it's just I can't do it.
All right, you're being honest. Okay, I've got to say the blue cheese here. I'm from Chicago. Blue cheese anywhere else, it's just very different. Blue cheese here is actually tolerable and good. So you'll at least have to try blue cheese. When fans learn that you said ranch, they may not be too happy with that answer. People here love blue cheese. So give it a try. It's pretty good. It's a lot better than the chunky blue cheese that you're used to, that I'm used to. Mike
Yeah.
Storm says, do you prefer flats or drums when you're eating your chicken wings?
For me, I like the flats.
Flats are definitely the way to go.
Yeah,
All
definitely.
right. Maxwell Parsons. Just one question for Boogie. Are you ready for Bills Mafia? He says this in all caps.
Yeah, I'm ready for it. Just looking at everything they do, jump on the table. That's just I'm ready for it. I'm ready to go out there and play in front of the crowd. Hype them up. I'm just ready for all of that.
It's a crazy fan base. It's a fun fan base. It's the best one to be a part of, I think. But I'm biased. Now you're biased because you're part of the Buffalo Bills. But it is one of the best in the NFL. And Vicky S. will finish off with this one here. If you had one word to say to Bills Mafia, what would it be?
The one word I want to say to Bills Mafia.
Or a message. What's your message to this fan base?
This message, want to say, let's go. Let's have a great season. That's what I want to say to him.
I like it. Well, Boogie, we are so excited that you are here in Buffalo. We're even more excited to get you back here later on to get on the field because just looking at the defense, the pieces that have been added to this defense, it's something that I'm ready to see you guys here week 1 because it's a bunch of pieces that are going to be able to come together and make this team even better. So, Boogie, appreciate the time. We can't wait to see you here in uniform in Buffalo. Just a couple months away.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. I'm ready for it. Ready to go.
And a big thanks to all the fans who submitted all of those wonderful questions to get to know Boogie a little bit better. All right, Boogie, we'll see you later.
All right, see you.